Hello everyone, welcome to the final Bosman. I, of course, Kyle Bosman, outside of the LA Convention Center, right beneath a huge poster for one of this year's most anticipated games, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Listen, I know that it's after E3 for you. E3's done, you've seen everything that is in here. What service can I provide you, dear viewer? What can I possibly give you? And so what I want to do for this year is I want to give you E3. I want to give you the things that videos can't. I want to communicate to you the vibes of each booth. So what we're going to do today, we're going to go through E3. We're going to go through each of the main booths, and I'm going to say, hey, here's how this place felt. Here was the feeling of E3, and hopefully try to communicate that to you. Let's try it. Let's go. So we just walked in here. If you look over here, there's the doors, and then EA immediately here. So let's look at what EA's vibes are here at E3. My first impression, obviously, is blue. I think there's just like a lot of people who just kind of stand here, just doing this. Clearly, this year we got Star Wars. If you're coming to E3 to like get your picture taken on something, you're wasting your time. So clearly the blue feeling was just because we were watching a blue trailer. It's gotten more intense in here. We're getting white lights and red lights. It's a little much for me. Let's keep moving on. These are all people who are playing Mirror's Edge right now. Look at how contemplative they all are. Come on, dude, you can do this. You can make it, man. No, he's having a bad time. Bad E3 for that guy. All right, let's keep moving on. I see lots of business pants in the Madden booth. You know what I mean? Madden's for guys who wear shorts and guys who wear business pants, primarily. How rare is it ever to get a New York Giant on the cover of Madden? That's okay in my book. And then I guess we've made it through the booth. So EA's vibe, it doesn't seem unfriendly, but it seems cool. Do you know what I mean? That booth seems like a cool friend who is willing to talk to you, but is like done with you at the end of the day. EA's booth. Vibrating. Light brown. Hi everybody, this is the Ubisoft booth. I've not been inside, I've only seen what you've seen. Come with me, let's go check it out. Let's go into the Ubisoft booth. This hallway is quite the exciting hallway. We got this whole monitor at the top is unnecessary and very cool. This looks like a meeting room for Anno, or maybe people can just walk in there. I'm not sure. Here's some people dancing to Just Dance. It's like we're looking in on somebody's bedroom as they're just dancing. Very voyeuristic. So there's a DJ we have here inside the middle of this booth. I feel like I'm in a city, and these are all billboards on the middle of the city. But let's check them out. Let's walk around. It's very weird how much space there is right here. It's like most people are too shy to walk on the spot. Well, check out the inside of this. This is not an intentional part of the booth, but that looks really cool.
Yeah, so why don't we get it started, and basically the way it's going to work...
Very futuristic. And so basically these all are like angular pods. So if I wanted to go see Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I would get in that line. Or if I wanted to see For Honor, I would get in that line. This is effed, right? Look how short that line is compared to the Assassin's Creed line.
They are off to...
What are people doing? Yeah, this hallway is much less exciting than our entrance, isn't it? Vibe score for the Ubisoft booth. It's very busy. I mean, you could spend a lot of time in there, obviously, just like getting in the little pod circles. And then so they have the DJ there to entertain you. Minus points for how we had to like peek in on somebody as they're just dancing. We were scoping out butts for sure. Ubisoft vibe rating, I'm gonna give this one 2.6. So now I'm outside of the Bethesda booth. This is one of my favorite things. I love to like watch people who are watching the huge trailers. So like check out all these people who are just like, this is online. We can go watch this online, but we're just watching it here on this big screen. If you stay and listen to this, I think you're insane.
I could just watch this all day.
Yeah, this thing's great. Here's the vault to 111. What are you made out of? It seems like intense styrofoam. That's pretty cool. That's a cool thing. Dang, that's cool. Here we have General Grievous of the Star Wars franchise. It feels like a fancy place. I'm getting in someone else's show as we're both looking at this gun. I like this. I like that we're looking in on some German TV show right now. Here we have a battle cry guy. It looks like he's gonna hit us with a big sword. I don't know what to think about it. Oh, I see we have several of these people. They made many. If we can get a close-up on her face, I think this is really gonna affect the vibe score. She sucks, man. Looks like I'm not the only guy who was wearing a suit today. We got some shoutcasters who are also wearing suits. So I gotta say, that increases your vibe score a little bit, right? Okay, I gotta be honest, I'm checked out already. Bethesda's booth rating? One of those weird road trip tourist traps where you just come in and you take a picture and you leave.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are you doing? E3, good, great, awesome, that's great to hear.
So we're outside of Activision's booth. We're looking at something that's probably the funniest thing I've seen so far. There's an actor, I gotta assume a Hollywood actor, who's trying his hardest to get people excited about Guitar Hero Live. And what's hilarious about this display is we can't hear the song. We're just silently watching these two people playing guitar while this poor actor is trying to explain how the game works. That guy's getting paid to do this all day long. Where else does this kind of thing exist? These are kind of cool booths. I mean, those look like legit speakers behind them. And look at this guy. He's actually legitimately rocking out. No, you got it, man. You got it. Oh, no, he's lost it. He's got it back. If you want to see Destiny, I think you go in here. What's funny is I learned from Matt Blair that he went in there. He had one day at E3 and he chose to go look at more Destiny, which I don't get. I mean, you already know you can go play Destiny. And then of course we have Skylanders on the other side of Activision. So there's a weird Skylander car. All right, let's look at this guy. Let's see his expression and if he looks legitimately happy. He seems happy to me. Are you happy you waited in line for this? Was this worth the time you wasted in line? You gonna put this on Facebook? Activision's booth vibe is I can't believe this stuff still exists. Booth vibe, not for me. So now we're checking out booth 2600, or I guess row 2600. This is I feel like it's cool to show you this stuff because we don't normally cover stuff like this. This is part of E3 too. I'm assuming I can just buy a big old NES controller if I wanted to. What's funny about that row, and I mean this is just mean, is that people would love for us to stop by and talk to them in this row. So it's almost mean to walk through with a camera and not talk to anybody. But I'm just trying to show you everything in E3 as soon as possible, so let's do another row. Whoa, hold on. That's a 3D TV. Yeah, it's just cool to see the less glamorous aspect of E3, I guess. I don't know how I feel about that booth. Vibe score for 2600 and 2700? Desperation. So let's do the Capcom booth. Let's see what we got here. That's almost too inappropriate. I don't mean to be a prude, but that's a bit much. If anything, E3 has just become this weird land of getting your photograph taken by exotic things. Oh, you know what? This might be it. No, we got some merch over here. A little window into their live streaming station. Devil May Cry Special Edition. Oh, it's Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. So these are the people who are playing an HD remake. I gotta see how it is, of course. I don't know. I definitely think this increases your vibe. Do you know what I mean? It means hey, Capcom hasn't forgotten what we're about. Kotobukiya, I think you went a little too far with this one. It's some person who owns gets like $500,000 a year at their job and says, oh yeah, I would love an Akuma bust. So I can confirm this is Dante's coat, but Dante definitely has breasts on this mannequin, right? Am I crazy? These are people playing Resident Evil 0. Oh, I like the vibe of this one. The flickering lights of a haunted house. So again, I'm realizing this weird trend of like booths are just weird zones for you to come and to get your picture taken. This is freaky to me what E3 is becoming. However, how many stations do they have for Street Fighter V? Many, many, many. And like toys. I always like when you put toys in your booth. I don't know, it just kind of speaks to your brand and everything that you're about. If I have to give Capcom a vibe rating, I would say 5 okay butts out of 9 hot butts. Okay, here's Square Enix. Nice carpet is my first impression. This feels so nice on my feet. You know, we talk a lot about like what you can take pictures next to and what games people are showing, but like Square Enix props on the carpet. They may have overcompensated or overestimated interest in Final Fantasy XIV. Ooh, I see toys over there. Some of these people who are sitting here in the theater are just staring down at their phones. So I think some people are just here to have a sit, to be honest. Look at all the hands that a toy like this comes with. People want to come and like take pictures of these toys even. I love that. That's part of the experience. Actually, you know what I like a lot is this banner. This is Square Enix showing off how many games they have right now. And like most of those are good. Just the idea that they would like rep Life is Strange in an E3 booth is pretty cool to me. Nice little live stream booth. I gotta say, I really enjoyed my walkthrough through Square Enix. Very spacious. Again, very nice carpet. Toys. No weird thing to take your picture next to. A variety of games. Square Enix vibe score, a high five from your best friend. We're gonna ignore all TV screens. We do not want any spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 5. This will make it a little difficult. I've never seen anything like this. So here we have a pub where people are sitting at the bar to play PES. This is incredible. I really very much like this. We even have like a velvet rope to get in. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm not even like old enough to get in. These pipes look real.
Literally, we only have 3.
Those are real pipes. There's a goat being lifted by a balloon. I gotta say, that was very unexpected. I don't know what to think. I think we all came into E3 where it's just like, Konami's done. Konami doesn't care about games. But here we see Konami cares about its E3 booth. Certainly. Lots of creativity in there. Konami booth 5 score, Disneyland. So it's E3 halftime. We've just seen half of the booths. Ian noted my shoes, and so I just want to explain what's going on in case you caught a glimpse of my shoes in any other shots. The leather's like worn out. I mean, I guess we'll need an extreme close-up to look at these. This is just from the stage. The E3 stage that we've been at all day has scraped off the nice, like look at these hobo shoes I'm walking around in right now. I'm doing this now. We are now on the other side of the LA Convention Center. We are at the Xbox booth. Let's check it out. This vibe already feels cool, doesn't it? So as I walk in, I guess the first thing I notice is what I would call a bored Tomb Raider model. If you could spin around and get her, she's just bored. I don't know if I want to go in there. So yeah, as you can see here, of course we're gonna have a huge variety in this kind of booth. Just all sorts of games, you know, as opposed to just 5 like we saw in the other hall. Obviously, very green, shades of green. This makes me nervous actually to like walk under it. It's just like a floor that won't be there tomorrow. But let's do it, let's take this risk. See, so we would go here if we wanted to look at Halo 5 Guardians. They have like futuristic doors. Yeah, that's like some theme park stuff right there. There's gonna be some guys taking pictures of this no matter what, always. Even we are, we're part of the problem, I guess. Oh, what do we have here? Talking about butts. Look at this butt. That's just like, no question, that's just a butt. You know how I keep saying I want a Battletoads remake? Like this makes me not want that. You know, it hurts to have seen the Battletoad last. I gotta admit, that's really affecting my vibe. Microsoft booth vibe? We're trying our hardest.
I gotta get pants like that.
So we kind of walked into the PlayStation booth by accident. I think that this line is the beginning of the PlayStation booth. And so what's interesting is like, it's this L. The PlayStation booth is eating the Xbox booth. Here we see Elise checking out Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I like that she seems genuinely interested in that game. Of course, you gotta get your picture taken, so we got a couple of stormtroopers. Man, they look bored. Let's see if they look intimidating when they actually take the picture. No, they still look bored. Okay. Okay, that of course is where you would get a corporate meeting. Wow. So Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is featured very prominently in the middle of this booth. Looking over everything. Really does make a statement. Zero line in this Horizon square. I assume that's because they're not showing it anymore. Isn't that just kind of awesome? Just to see like The Last Guardian being real? Gosh, that feels good. Diminished slightly by like the huge kind of funny face on there. That's probably the nicest like big walk around character, and there's Kratos. That guy's hamming it up. Dude, he's having a good day. Like I said earlier, I think you're weird if you play Destiny at E3, but like I like this presentation a ton. I like the banners a lot. Oh my goodness, like there's like no line at Ratchet & Clank. You could just walk up and play it. That's ridiculous. I'm feeling the business deals more than I'm feeling the games. But of course there is that huge variety of games. Vibe rating? The third slice of pizza. Good luck, Ben. Make us proud in there, Ben. Good luck, buddy. Look how fancy, Ben. No, you're gonna miss your meeting, though. You're gonna miss your meeting. All right. So kind of cool thing about Nintendo's booth is that there's no entrance. It's just a wide, colorful thing that we have to walk into. So let's do it. Weird thing about this booth is how many smiling faces there are in red shirts. I think like almost every TV station, demo station, has a person, a highly trained person sitting next to it to coach you through the game. This might be the largest E3 staff we've seen. I like the Triforce table. I don't own any Amiibo, I don't own any Skylanders, but I think I would buy that. Lots of people screaming for free things. Definitely they want those free things that are getting handed out.
We're looking for some energy.
Some guy working the crowd. This is simply another spot where you get a photo taken. But this place is packed. Excuse me. I'm sorry, pardon me. If you have anxiety of like being near too many people, I gotta say this is a rough booth to be in. Okay, so we're going back out of the booth to get back in. Okay, and then we're back in the booth. Oh, pardon us. I like the setup they have for the treehouse. A pretty legitimate setup. And I didn't realize they have this, but like rows for people to watch the treehouse live happen as it happens, which I think is very cool. Look at those pods. Oh, those are so cool. And the stars. Do you see like the stars? Oh man, that's really cool. That's not bad. So many amiibo. So Nintendo booth's vibe. Definitely weird to have like so many like models like demonstrating each game, and then like once you're there, you kind of like walk up and they kind of just like tell you how to play it, and a little unnecessary to be honest if you look at every other booth at E3, but for some reason Nintendo finds that necessary. But otherwise, I mean, look at this thing. This is the place where like Nintendo exists. Nintendo's Vibe Score. It's you're listening to a song on the radio, and it's like, whoa, this is actually really good. But you don't buy the album. So check out the vibe of the Oculus booth. Look on the inside, it just is all so fancy. This is like a rich guy's apartment. Oculus booth vibe rating? Facebook money. Okay, everybody, as you can see, the bright lights have turned on. And so, if we're talking about vibes, like look at Sony, which was once so like dark and cool. The lights coming on means it's time to go, everybody. And then that's what begins to be communicated is everybody's kind of shoved out. And we all have to figure out what to do with ourselves. The masses kind of like slowly walk out. And yeah, this is the bummer of E3. This has been my 6th or 7th E3. And you saw most of it because I've had the shortest time ever at E3 that I've ever had. It's fun to share it with you. I hope I was able to give you something of E3. I know there's tons of videos you can watch. I tried to give you this world of E3. I'm starting to feel it. I'm feeling that post-E3 sadness. It's over. E3's done. It's definitely like tugs at your heart. Feels heavy. But of course, we'll be back next year. Everyone, thank you for watching. I'll be back at my regular show next Wednesday with a whole Final Bosman episode. I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching.